Honest friends, is my voice is loud and clear? Clear, right? So let's start the session. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the next topic. So in the previous class, we have covered the multiple types of plots, which are the very plots are available within the Power BI. We have discussed all the plots. Now in today's class, we are going to continue with the next one. So here we are left with the table and along with the matrix. So let us see with the table along with the matrix. So for that, what I'm going to do is just I'm trying to load the one more time the data set. Okay. And in this, what are the data set I'm having? Now, so what is the difference between the okay. Now coming to the here in the last class we have done like this is the bar plot, and in the bar plot we have taken the segment on x-axis and says on the y-axis, and we have created the bar plot something like this. And in this bar plot we are going to on the data labels, and here we can see consumer segment has made the more amount of sales when compared to corporate or home office. Now the same thing I'm going to get here, whatever you have represented in the plot, I want that same thing in the tabular format. So I'm going to consider one table, and in this table I'm going to take the segment as the column. So can you see the segment as a column? What are the columns means? Segment. In the segment, what are the unique values are there? Consumer, corporate and home office. And sales also I'm considering as one more column. So here whatever the number it was represented, the same number I'm showing in terms of table wise. Some data you are going to show the table wise, and some data you are going to show as the bar plot wise. So if you want to represent the data in the table wise, you are going to represent the data in the table. So now here we are going to do the formatting. Even for this particular table also we can do the formatting. And in the formatting we can use the grid. What is meant by grid means horizontal grid. Horizontal grid means this one. It will add the grid lines if you are interested. If you are not interested, it will not add the grid lines. Okay. Next, vertical grid lines. Vertical grid line means, can you see here? This one. A line was added. When this one was not there, that line is not there. So just I'm adding the horizontal lines and vertical lines. I'm giving the horizontal lines as black color with a thickness. Some thickness I'm going to give so that the line to line thickness will be there. Okay. And similarly vertical grid lines. Black color with a thickness of like this. Now, so this is line, a horizontal lines and vertical lines is considered as grid lines. And borders, what is meant by borders means four side borders will be there, right? That four side border I'm going to add like this. On the top side I'm adding the border. Can you see now you got the top side one line, horizontal line on the top side. So I'm adding the four side the borders like this. So bottom side, left side and right side. I'm adding the border, and I'm going to increase the thickness of the border, something like this. Okay. So here, what are the table is there? The table, okay, this is my table. And this, for this table, I'm just adding the visualization, the values. What are the values are there? Column headers. What is meant by column headers means segment and some of the cells are considered as column headers. I'm going to keep the column headers and I'm going to increase the size of the column headers. Okay. And after increasing the size of the column headers, next I'm going to take the values. Now what is meant by values means internal values. What are the internal values are there? I'm just increasing the size of the internal values. Can you see the size is getting increased? Okay, this is the values. And here what are the values are there? And next specific column. Here you are having the column headers. Already I told you column headers means nothing but column names. Column headers means nothing but column names. Totals. What is meant by total? This one. This is called as total. And here what are the total value is there? The total value I want to give a different color, something like this. So total you are going to change like this. This is the total. And but column headers completed, values completed. What is values means internal values. Column headers means top two. Now specific column. So here specific column, I'm going to select the segment column. Segment column, or if you want to select the sum of the sales column. Okay. So segment column you can select, and within the segment column text color. What are the text color is there? If you want to change the text color within this, for example, only it has to be impacted on the this particular column. This column should be black color, but this column should be with a different color. If you want to change any different color, something like this, you can change the colors. Okay, this is all comes under formatting. So you can do the formatting in this way. Specific column is like that. Now here what are the values are there? You are going to represent the values in this way. Now same thing here. Okay, now I'm going to take the data labels, and within the data labels, what are the values are there? The values, I'm going to consider them as here, I'm going to give the decimals or display units as none. None means complete number it is going to show you. And if you want to see the size, same number, this number and this number is same. So this is representation on the bar plot. This is in the tabular format. So when you are applying the group by function, or when you are applying the cross tab or something, you are going to get the data in the tabular format. If you want in the tabular format. Now, so this is considered as table. Now table is clear for everyone. So in the table, what columns you want, just you have to drag in the sequential order, you have to drag. Okay. So now I want the columns. One is segment wise sum of the sales, and the segment wise sum of the profit. So I want to bring the profit column also, add profit column also. In every segment, what is the profit? Okay. Is the point is clear? Now this is considered as table. So you can write this one as table. Table is clear for everyone. Next, coming to the next one is called as matrix. Okay, next one is called as matrix. Now what are the matrix we are having? This is called as matrix. Now what is the difference between the table versus matrix? So first I'll show you the table. This is the table. Okay, first I'm showing you the table side. Now what is the problem with the table and what is the advantage with the matrix means? In the table I'm having the segment. In the similar way I'm copying and I'm pasting here one more table. Now in this table, in the above table, what you have considered? Segment. Instead of segment, I'm taking the category. Category. And that too as the first column or last column. Last column means you have to bring in the bottom. Otherwise, if you want this one in the first position, bring into the first position. What are the order of columns you want? Okay, first you want profit followed by sales means just you go this one top. You bring this one top. No sir, first sales followed by that one means bring. Which are the way? Now this is a furniture, office supplies and technology. I'm going to have like this. Now within the now category is there. Okay. Now see, copy and paste. Again, I'm doing the same thing. Now the point is within the category only subcategories are there, right? Subcategories are the part of the category only now. So here I'm going to bring the subcategories. Okay, what are the subcategories are there? So now if I see the subcategories, what are the different subcategories are there? Multiple subcategories like this. Now these subcategories belongs to which category? So can you just give me a minute? I'll keep this one. Okay, I'll remove this. This table I'm going to keep here and this table I'm going to bring. Now here you are having the multiple categories and within these categories, okay, what are the subcategories are there? Each subcategory along with their uh, what are the sum of the sales and profit. Sir, I want in the ascending order. Okay, profit wise I want in the ascending order which has given the maximum profit. If you want in the ascending order or descending order, just you have to click on the arrow mark. If you click on this arrow mark, it will convert in the descending order. If you click on the arrow mark, it will be converted to ascending order. Okay, sort by, it is literally applying the sort values. In the pandas also sort values, df dot sort values, you have to select any one column name. You can't select the two columns, right? Any one column you are going to select. Similarly, order by, in SQL also order by if you apply, then also it will select any one column. So I'm going to select the order by which is having the highest sales, means phones. After that, chairs, storage, tables, like this. If you want to see the profit wise, which is the highest profit, means copiers. Now the point is, it belongs to which category? So I'm adding here category. Can you see the category? So now these copiers belongs to technology category, phones belongs to technology category, accessories belongs to technology category, like this. Now here I want in the like this. So within the furniture, what you are having? Within the furniture, what you are having? Books, cases, chairs, furnishing, tables, right? Let me remove this one also. Let me keep this one only side here and just increase the size. Okay. Now all of them, mostly all the categories are included. All the subcategories are included. Everything is visible for you now. Okay. Now, so here you are having the furniture, bookcases, chairs, furnitures and tables. These are the total 4. Within the office supplies, these are the things. And within the technology, these 4. Right? Now, exclusively for technology, what is the total amount of sales and what is the total amount of profit only for the technology? Then what you have to do means separately you have to create a one more table basically. Okay. For example, now tell me guys, what is the each subcategory? For each subcategory, what is the sum of the sales and what is the profit is there here? I want for the entire category of furniture, what is the sales and what is the profit? For furniture, what is the sales and what is the profit? Can you get here that one? No. Where you are going to get that one? By taking a another table. So you are going to have one more table. So you are going to have one more table only for category and sales. So instead of that, here can you see filters? Is there clearly filter? And within the filter, here what is the filters have selected? Furniture, office supplies and technology. What I'm going to do means only furniture I'm going to select. See, only furniture separately. Only office says, only office supplies are selected. Now, only technology is selected. So within the filtering, we are going to filter the data. Now, instead of doing this one, we are also having the second option called as matrix. Observe this one. Now in the matrix, what I'm going to do is, here the matrix I'm going to select. In the matrix, first I'm going to select the columns. What columns I want? Columns I want are, first column I want is sales column. and I'm going to have the profit column. These are the two things, two columns I want. And for what rows means categories. So can you see here for categories? Okay. Next, I'm going to bring the subcategory into this. Now, can you see clearly here? Just I'm doing the formatting again, or instead of doing the formatting like this, let already this is formatted now. This visual is formatted. So Control C, Control V. Okay. Let me remove the category here, subcategory here, and let me convert this one to this values, and I'm going to give the category in the rows and subcategory. Now you can find clearly the difference very easily. Now see this. Here you are having the table. Here you are having the furniture. Now what is the furniture total says? So in this table, I'm coming to the table, guys. This is the table. Okay. For this particular table, see, I'm going to select the filter. In the filter, I'm going to select only furniture. For furniture, what is the amount? 7,41,999.80. Can you see that one? And what is the profit? 18,451. Done. Now, okay, sir. Furniture within the furniture, bookcases, chairs are there, na? Can you see here side one plus symbol is there? Click on that. Now you can clearly see. Now can you see clearly see bookcases, chairs, furniture, and tables, and the individual internal values, same values internally. And if you are not interested, you can close. Point is clear? This example is clear or not clear? Here, okay. Here, what are the data you are having? Here, furniture is there. Only furniture is there. And if you are keeping instead of only furniture, in this example, instead of keeping the only furniture, you are going to get output like this. In this output, what is the problem? Here bookcases are there, furniture, chairs are there, furniture, furnishing, tables. I want the for each category subtotal of sales, subtotal of profit. This is overall profit. Subcategory of only for furniture, what is the total? And what is the sales for the furniture? Okay, I can get from the this one. Clear? And within that again subcategory, you added subcategory. Now tell me guys, again, I'm removing everything. Okay, this one, everything I'm removing. Just I'm adding the matrix. First, I want the segment. Each segment, I'm considering the segment. For each segment, I'm going to take the sales. For each segment, the sales. Along for each segment, what is the profit? This is segment wise. Can you see? Just I'm going to do the formatting. In the formatting, I will increase the size of the values. Okay, is that clear? Now, at the same time, column headers. What are the column headers are there? Just let me change the column headers size also. Okay, column header size and followed by rows. What are the row headers are there? Just I'm increasing the size of the row headers. Okay. Now I'm taking the specific column, that is column name is what are the columns I'm having? Some of the sales and some of the profits. Now I'm having the data like this, column headers and everything, right? Now layout. Layout you can change to something like this. The layout style. What are the style of the layout is there? You are going to get the layout style like this. Okay, which are you are interested, you can select. Okay, these are the different styles. Which are the different styles of layout? I don't want all these things, miss. Simply keep the default, normal. Now this is segment. This is segment. In the consumer segment, I want categories. Segment is consumer. Inside the segment, categories are there. In that segment, again, categories are there. Now I want to bring the categories. Where I have to bring the categories? Exactly where I have to bring these categories? Means you have to bring the categories into the rows. Now, can you see here? Plus symbol was added. Now, when you click on this, again, categories will be there. In that each segment, categories will be there. Now, if I bring the from each segment categories, in that again subcategories. Can you see? Within the consumer, again furniture. Within the furniture, okay, subcategories. And within the technology, subcategories. Can you see, everyone? Now, this is now what? Now the question is, what is the consumers total? What is the consumers overall sum of the sales? Means 11 lakhs 61,401.35. This is overall consumer segment. Within the consumer segment, furniture, how much is contributing within the consumer? 3 lakhs 91,000. Office supplies 3 lakhs 46. Within the consumer, technology of 4 lakhs 6,000. Within the consumer. And within the consumer technology, in that technology again, which is contributing more? So phones. Now these phones belongs to technology, which is the part of consumer. Consumer means like you and me, the normal users. So corporate means corporate companies. Companies are using. So companies also will purchase the mobile phones for their employees. A normal general consumer also will purchase the mobile phones for their general use. So now mobiles, see now for each of them, separate grand totals I am getting. Advantage of matrix is clear. In the bar plots, we have to create the bar plots like this. Separately, we have to create a bar plot for consumer versus what is the sales and profit, consumer versus this one, all these things. Instead of that, we can show as a matrix. So matrix will have the advantage like this. So when this will be applicable means when you are having the within one more, in that again one more. Point is clear? Like example, subcategory within the subcategory, category within that subcategory. Now one more matrix I will show you. In the same data set, one more matrix. Let's add one more matrix like this. Okay. Now I'm adding the one more matrix. What is this matrix is? State. Here state is there, right? I'm considering the state. Along with there, what is the sales with profit? Sales with profit. Every state wise, what is the sales and what is the profit I have got? State wise. State means cities are the part of state or cities are non-part of the state. It is the part of the state. So I'm going to consider the city. City also in this. Now, can you see now for everything plus was added? Now in this particular state, what is the total sales? Which state is making more amount of sales? Miss, what is the state which is making highest amount of sales? California state, which is of 4,57,687 it is making. Now within the California, which city? These are the cities within the California. These are all the cities are the part of California. Point is clear? Within the category, in that again subcategory. In that case, we are going to use the matrix. Yes. Which one? Yes, even you can consider as one of the student is asking, can't we take the region? In that region, again, states will come. In that state, cities will come. So now, for example, South India. What is meant by South India means Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala. These 5 states are these comes under South India. Now in this South India, again in the Tamil Nadu or Telangana, again we are having the cities. All this comes under South. So now one of the student is asking can't we add the region? Region should be added on the top. So within the western region, first west, in the western region, what are the states comes means these are the states. In that states again cities. Is the point is clear? Everyone? So first region, in that region. So south region, in the south region, which is the top, uh, state, it is making the more amount of profit means Florida, which is the least one means, okay, and within the Florida, and which one is the top city, like this. Just we are going to observe. This is the advantage of matrix. Matrix advantage is clear. So within the categories, subcategories, we can observe. More things we can analyze within the matrices. Point is clear. Sir, for example, when we have to use the matrix, when we have to use the tables, when you know exactly what you want, only this one you want means, for example, your regional manager is focusing only on the region. He is not even asking inside that region which state, he is not asking the question also. When he is not asking that question, why to show unnecessarily for that? Within this again this, within this again this, why to explain like that? Unnecessarily make the complex. Simply show only the table, take only the table and explain. Point is clear, guys? So table, what is the difference between the table versus matrices? Both are clear. Within that, one more. So now here, can you say clearly, can you see the difference? This is a western region. In the western region, these two are called as overall total of west. So those called as what? Row totals, row subtotals. Every row subtotals. So every row subtotals, just I'm going to, what are the totals are there? Subtotals. Just I'm going to increase the size like this. Can you see? Row subtotals. Now, within the row subtotals, this is row wise. Similarly, column wise. Column subtotals. Can you see here two are there? Column subtotals. Now, column subtotals, again I'm increasing the size. Within this column subtotals. Now, next, this is again we are having the overall grand total. Can you see here? Column wise grand total, row wise grand total. Column wise grand total. I'm increasing the size of column wise grand total. What are the column wise grand total is there? I'm changing the color also. Okay. Sir, you had changed the color, but none of the color was changing. No, sir. Very simple. Once you click on this, then you'll see the difference. Okay. What are the column grand total is there? Now, I'm going to keep the column grand total text color. What are the text color is there? So, background color, let us give. This is row wise grand total. column wise grand total, column wise subtotals. So I'm going to select the column, and within the column again I'm going to select the values, and let me change the values with a different color. Why it is not impacted? Just a minute, guys. This is grid, horizontal grid lines and vertical grid lines and borders. And borders we are going to give obviously black color. Borders will be generally black color. So I'm keeping the black color as the border. Okay, up to here, fine. Now borders are added. After borders, that is grid was completed. Next, let us focus on the values. Values means internal values. What are the internal values are there? That one. Just I'm going to increase the size of internal values. So internal value size is getting increased. I'm giving in the bold letters. Okay, it is changing to bold. And text color also I'm going to give in a different. Okay, what are the different text colors are there? Next, column headers. What is meant by column headers means this one. So I'm going to change the column headers some different color. Yes, column headers has impacted, and I'm increasing the size of the column headers, and you can give the boldness, something like this, right? Now, here what are the vertical grid line is there that is not visible properly. So I want the vertical grid line to be more clear. So I'm adding the vertical grid line with comparatively more thickness. Just I'm adding the thickness of the vertical grid line. That too color is black. So I'm getting the black color thickness of the line. Now it is somewhat visible. Okay. And similarly, horizontal grid lines means each one separated. That one also I'm going to give the black color. Okay. And just I'm adding the thickness, something like this. Now the box is clearly visible that it is a four different values, right? Now here the point is, so in this I'm going to select the west region, west or east region. So and column headers, what are the column headers? Already completed, right? Row headers, what is meant by row headers means, so now here these are the row headers, west, east, central, this one. These are considered as column headers, and these are considered as row headers and internal values. These are values. So row headers, I'm just changing the row headers to different size, and I'm also changing the color to different color, something like this. Now, sir, when you are keeping the color change, it is impacting only on this. Why it is not impacting on this means, because now when you open that one, it will be impacted. If you don't open that one, it is not getting impacted. So by default, it will be keeping as this. So now it is heading. Now it is considered as header, and this is the internal values. Now again, it will be considered as header, and these are the internal values. So when you don't open that one, so when you write multiple points, first point will be considered as heading. Now, if without writing the, after writing the heading internally, if you're not writing anything, then why it will be considered as heading? So in that way, is the point is clear? Row headers is clear now? And similarly, row subtotals. What is meant by row subtotals means here, can you, for this particular row, this is the subtotal. This is the total and this is the total. So row subtotal, what are the row subtotals are they? Okay, rows subtotal. I'm going to give a different color, something like this. Can you see now? Color was changed with the subtotal, and I'm increasing the size of that. Okay, that is row subtotal. And similarly, each row, for each row, the subtotal. Sir, when you are minimizing, nothing is impacting. When you open only, here the heading was changing and the colors are impacting on this. And similarly, when you click on this, suddenly, then only the color will change. Again, it will be impacted on this. And these are the internal values. These are all comes under internal values. Is the point is clear? Everyone understood? So row subtotals and column subtotals, column headers, and everything is clear now. So this is about the matrix. So advantage of matrix is this. Can't we change the color of the dashboard? 100% we can change the color of the dashboard. That is background color. To change the background color, here we have to go with the properties. And here what are the general properties are there, efforts are there. And here you can add in terms of background. So, okay. One option, 1 minute. So here we are having the all the options. Here itself we are going to get one canvas. You are going to get the canvas background that we call it as canvas background. Here I am going to, okay, why I'm not getting that one means because I have selected the matrix, right? I have selected, I'm clicking on this. So what are the related to matrix one it is showing. Overall I want background. Na? Overall background means now you click on this here canvas background. Can you see this one? Now, if you change the background color, now you can change the entire background color like this. Canvas background. Okay. The background color, dashboard background color. So without keeping this one, okay, let me keep this one as it is like this without changing. So now let's take a fresh one. Here I'm going to take the canvas background. In the background, instead of color of this one, I'm going to give the color something like this with a transparency of 0. Means completely background color is now orange. You can change the entire background color like this. And inside that, again, you can add the plots one by one. Internally, plots you can add, keep the plots like this. Okay. No, if you are having something, some background with you, like your company's logo background is there. Okay, that background you want, some image is there with you, that image you want as the background, then you have to click on this canvas background. Here you have to browse wherever your png file or something is available now, that image you can keep as a background, that will be coming in the background. Is the point is clear? If you want to keep anything in the background means we have to keep the canvas background. Clear your question? Okay. So this without selecting any plot, don't select any plot. If you click on the any one of the plot and if you click on like this, then you may not find the canvas background. Canvas background is overall for the dashboard. So you will not find in that case. Is the points are clear? Now coming to the next one. So these are the different types of plots. So almost each and every plot we have covered. All the plots which are available within the Power BI. Now followed by, now I'm having some plots. I'm making some plots like this. Here the plot number 1. What is this plot number 1 means? Here I'm going to consider the category. Yeah, one of the student is asking a question. Just a minute. Yeah, category along with the says, some of the says. Category along with the says. Now similarly, I'm going to consider the one more plot called as subcategory and says. Subcategory on x-axis and says on the y-axis. Okay, subcategory and this one. Now in this, which regions are included? What are the regions are included means every region is included. Every region is included, but I don't want all the regions. I don't want all the regions. I want the subcategory versus says and category versus says. What are this one is there, right? First, let me keep the some numbers clearly. First, let us add the one more plot also. Let us add one more plot. And in this plot, I'm going to keep the segment versus says. Okay. Now for this one, what I'm having, for everything, what you have to do, data visualization, I mean, in terms of formatting. So while doing the formatting, don't forget to add the majorly visual border. Don't forget to add. When you add the visual border only, then only you'll find the difference. This is a different plot and that is a different plot. So in the effects, we are going to add the visual border like this. So then we can adjust the plots. What are these two are there? We can adjust the plots like this. That is a separate, this is separate. And similarly for this one, I'm also adding the visual borders, data labels on, at the same time, visual border I'm adding. So I'm going to get the output like this, in this way. Right now, so for this one also I'm adding the label, data labels, and for this one also I'm adding the data labels. Right now you are having the three plots like this. Now these three plots, what are the category wise revenue or subcategory wise revenue or segment wise revenue? All these three plots are applied on the entire by combining all the regions or any specific region. Any specific region or overall complete data set. Means it is complete data set. But I don't want to see overall, I want to see region wise. In that case, what we are going to use? Slicer. I'm going to bring one slicer, and that particular slicer I'm going to keep in the corner like this. The slicer, what are the slicer is there? And for this particular slicer, just I'm adding the region. Okay. And for this particular slicer, just let me add the border. Okay. Now here I'm having the slicer like this. What are the slicer is there? In the slicer, I'm selecting only the central region. Now everything is related to only central. If I select east, everything will be adjusted to the east. If I select south, everything will be modified to the south. And if I select west, everything will be adjusted to the west individually. So what are the slicer I'm doing? The sir, I want central plus east. These two things I want. Then control and select this one also. Now two regions are selected. Control with the south and south and east. You want south, east and west other than central. Select these three by keeping the control button. Control means you can select the multiple options. Point is clear? Now, this is nothing but slicer operation. Now, next one is, for example, I want to apply the filter. See, observe this one. Here, category for the technology. What is the category for the technology? What is the amount of sales you are having? 0.84. Now in this I want only with the category technology and furniture. I don't want office supplies. I want to show only these two. I don't want office supplies. Then what I have to do? Means here there is an option called as filter. Means you want only on this plot, on every plot. On this plot, I don't want the office supply. That is my requirement. Select that plot, whichever the plot you are interested. Now in this here can you see filters? Can you see the filters? In the filters, one is x-axis, one is y-axis. Now in the x-axis, what are the categories you want? Furniture, technology and office supplies. Total three are there. Which one you want? Which one you don't want? I want the furniture and I want the technology. but I don't want the office supply. Now office supply was not selected. Is the point is clear? Office supply was not selected. Now, sir, in this, I want in terms of consumer and home office. I don't want the corporate. Now tell me what I have to do in the similar pattern. Go to the filter. In the filter, you have to select. Sir, what is the problem? For this, you can apply the slicer now. When I apply the slicer, in the entire dashboard, it will be impacted. Entire dashboard will be impacted. So entire dashboard should not be impacted. Only that particular plot only has to be impacted. Means select only that particular plot and go with the filter. That is the difference between the filter versus slicer. Filter means for that particular plot. Entire dashboard you want to apply means either you can go with the slicer or you can even go with the filter also. Again, filter you can apply on the individual. See, can you read this one? Filters on this visual means what are the visual you have selected, filter can be applied on this particular visual. Can you see here? Filter on this page. What is meant by filter on this page means entire dashboard filter can be applied. Filter pages means here how many pages are there? Every page this filter will be applicable. For example, let me show you. Okay. Now, can you see here table number 1? Can you see here what is the number? 11,61,000. Okay, consumer 11,61,401, which is in the table. Now I'm going with the second one called as matrix. In the matrix, 7,25,000, 11,61 something. You are having like this, right? Now remember these numbers. In the first one, 11,61,000 is the number. The second one, west having 7,25,000, east is having 6,78,000. Remember this three numbers to remember. What are the three numbers? 1161, 725, 678. Now in this page, I'm going to select the filter. Filter on the all the pages with the region. Now see which one I have selected on all pages, and I'm selecting only central region. Central region means here it is impacted. Okay, here impact not in. See this one, what is the number? Change it here. Okay, table should be there. Where is that? East is not there, west is not there, nothing is there. Only central is there. Where is remaining? So have you applied filter on these pages? No. But can you see on this page filter is available? Can you see the filter? On this page also filter is available, on this page also, on this page also. On every page you can see the region word. What are the filter is there? Now again observe. Here I'm not going to keep on the filter on all pages, only filter on this page. Region, can you see? Filter on this page. Here I'm going to select the central. Okay, it is changed. Now whether it was changed in the first table, whether first table was changed, whether second table changed. While in the first table, have you seen the filter here? Any filter, region filter? No. In the second table, any region filter? No. Only in the third table, region filter is available. Means it is applicable only on this page. When you bring that filter on all pages, it will be impacted in every page. Filter can be applied on the entire page. Filter can be applied on all the pages. Filter can be applied only on a single plot. What is meant by filter? Filter means selecting the data based on the condition is called as filtering. In the pandas we have discussed what is meant by filtering. Filtering means selecting the data based on the condition. Do you remember in the SQL we have done where? What is meant by where? Some condition will be there, only that condition records has to be separated. In the pandas, we are going to write df of, inside that we are going to write the condition. So based on that condition, records are separated. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone understood? Understood or not? Anyone? Online students, could you please confirm? Now tell me, guys, here whatever you are having, yes, slicer is applicable only on a single page. Now here, if for this particular plot, see, without selecting the plot, what is the filter you are seeing? In this, what is the filter? Region is the filter. That filter is on the particular plot of page. Page. That to which page? This page of overall pages. Only this page. So filter on this page is having. Now I'm selecting this one. Particular plot I have selected. Can you see now? Suddenly you have got one more. What is this one more? So here I'm going to have this one. And what are the filter is there? So now for this particular plot, what filter was applied means region. And what for this region? For this region. Sir, how you know that filter was applied? When filter was applied, the background color, can you see the background color? Here, what is the background color? Background, white, a normal white. What is the background of this? Light gray color. When I bring the filter here, can you see here? When I'm bringing one filter, okay, instead of region. So when I select a segment only, now can you see it was, what is the background color now suddenly? Earlier it is white, when it is all. Now when I have selected this one, what happened? The background color was changed to gray color. Means when you apply the filter, that filter was applied or not, how we can know means the background will be light gray color. Point is clear? Understood? Now, one more student is asking the question. What is the question is? Sir, slicer is applied only on this dashboard. Exactly. Now see here. I'm not selecting anything. None of the filter was selected. In none of the page, none of the filter is there. In none of the page, none of the filter. I'm selecting the slicer. Wherever the slicer is there. Where is the slicer? Here. Now what are the slicer is there? And this slicer, I'm going to select the region into the slicer. Now here I'm going to select the east region. East region means it is impacted on this dashboard. What about this one? Any numbers has changed? In this, any numbers has changed? No, it was changed only in this. Okay, if I select south, okay, automatically everything was changed to only south. Now, whether it was changed on the original first one? No. On the second one? No. Only on this page. So, slicer is applicable only for the particular page. Filter can be applied on the page. Filter can be applied on all the pages. Filter can be applied on a single plot. That is exclusively filter. Filter tab. Filter tab. Sir, in the filter tab, I can see as of now filters on this page. I can see this one. Filter on all pages. But third option, you told that filter on this plot now. Where is that option means? That option will be selected once you select the plot. Keep the cursor on the plot. Then filter on this visual. Now total 3 different types of filters you will get. If you don't select the plot, you will not get. Point is clear? Everyone? Understood or not? Yes or no? And what are the doubts you are having? Please ask. Okay. So this is how to select the filter and filter versus. So now tell me guys. So now in this entire, okay. Now here I don't want to select the categories. which are called as tables. Other than tables, I want to show. Other than tables, remaining everything I want to show. Now what to do? In the subcategories, I don't want to include the tables. I want to remove the tables in the subcategory plot. Remaining will be as it is, but in the subcategory, table has to be removed. That is my requirement. What I have to do now? Tell me. In this plot, I don't want the table. What I have to do? Filter on the visual. Which visual? This particular visual. Which one you want? That one. Now, in this, what you don't want? What you don't want? Tables I don't want. Tables comes under what concept? Which column? Subcategory. Subcategory is already available? Available. Sir, if it is not available, then drag that one into here. Drag that one into here. For example, this is all the states or any particular state? No, I have not selected the state, means automatically it is included all the states, right? But I want to select only California state. Now what I have to do? For this plot, I want only California. First tell me that one. But here, only for this plot means first one is filter on this visual. That is first step. Here subcategory is there, sales are there, but state only not there. Then what I have to do is drag the state into this one. And in this, now you go and select the California. Wherever the California is there, select that one. Sir, okay, California, what side numbers are? Side numbers are number of records. Number of records involved for that. So, according to that, now this entire table was impacted with the California. Now, here it was impacted. Now, this one is impacted. This one is impacted. Now, see, here I am selecting this one. Here California, without California. Okay. Now, what is the number here? 0.84. What is the number here? 1.16. What is the number here? 0.33, 0.33. These two remember. 0.84 and 1.16. Now, for this particular plot, I am bringing the state. And in that state, I am keeping only the California. So 0.33 has changed to 68K, 63K. What about 0.84 and 1.16? These both are as it is like that only, right? So it is impacted only on this particular plot. Remaining two plots are not impacted also. So if that filter is available here, okay. If that is not available, scroll. Now similarly, I asked first question. What is the first question is, I don't want the tables. Now tell me that one. I don't want tables. Tables means subcategory. Subcategory already available, right? So since it is already available, open this and here, sir, I don't want the tables. Now other than tables, everything. First select all. Select all means everything are selected. Inside that, remove this. Table you remove. Now table was removed. Instead of selecting individually tick, 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 tick like this, first you select all, remove this. For example, now I want in terms of phones followed by I want paper. These two things I want. Now should I make select all first or tick off that one? Which one is best? Selecting all and deselecting again remaining people, deselecting is best, or directly selecting that phones and what are the paper is best? So directly select whichever you are interested. So first phones followed by what is the second one I told you? Paper. So these two you select. Why to select all and deselect everything? Which one is easy? See, if I have selected all of them and again all of them deselecting like this one by one like this, it will take more time, right? Deselecting will take more time or selecting will take more time. Just think. Now I want to select particular one means then directly select the one. Now you want to deselect. I want to deselect the fasteners labels. These two I want to deselect. Now deselect two things. Select how many? Selecting is more or deselecting is more? Selected one more. Selected one more means first you have to click on the select all. Then which are deselected, that one you remove. What are the deselected one is labels and fasteners. Labels and fasteners. These two I have deselected. Remaining everything will be kept. And what about these two? 0.84, 1.16. As it is like that only, na? It was not even changed, right? It is impacting only on this particular plot, on this particular visual. Now it is clear. Filter on visual, filter on page, filter on all the pages. Three of them are clear or not? Now, again, one of the student is asking some question in the chat box. What is the question? Govardhan. Sir, here we are doing the visualization on different pages, but I want to show in a single dashboard. Is that not possible? Yes, in a single dashboard only we are going to show. In that single dashboard, okay, how many plots can be fitted? That many plots. In a single dash, but your analysis is more, dashboard size is less, then what you have to do? Another dashboard. Something you are going to show, few things you will show on the first one, few things you will show on the second one. For example, this one, but I can't decrease the size, right? For example, this one only is there. Up to how much extent I can decrease, that much I will try. See, this much I have to keep, no, na. So minimum size is required, right? To show all the things. It is visible. Okay, at least this one is visible. While doing in your laptop, it is visible fine. Think from the third person point of view. You have to show to others, right? So in front of me, you have to show miss. Now, like this, you are going to adjust the plots. You have to keep all the plots in this way. The more the plots you can add like this. Like that, you can add the multiple plots. One by one, you can add. Govardhan. Is your question is clear? Adjust the plots and go with the how many plots you want, remaining plots also. Now if you see, if you do the more adjustment like this, things will not be visible, right? So at least minimum the values are visible, you have to keep. After doing the formatting, okay, neatly keeping all the visuals, adjusting them, keeping exactly. You may bring the slicer, sometimes you may bring the slicer in between also. It is not compulsory to be the slicer at the corner. You can bring the slicer in between like this. You can adjust. So when you create a project, at that time I'll show you how to keep the dashboard, how you have to do all these things. We are going to do one project on the Power BI. Apart from this project, what are the we are doing now? This is used for practice for doing this. Apart from this, I'll take one more data set and we'll do the entire project on that data set. We'll create one dashboard with presentation. Okay, after creating the dashboard, how you have to present to the others also I'll show you. Is the point is clear? Done? So dashboard is clear for everyone now. I mean, sorry, not dashboard, filters is clear. Now within the filters, now main thing is within the filters, again, multiple categories are there. Now what is that? Let's go and focus on each of them. Now, can you see here in the filters, we are having the selected one. This is called as basic filtering. And apart from basic filtering, advanced filtering is there, top end filtering is there. Now I want the top uh, with respect to top three. Top three means what are the top three? Phones, chairs, storage. These are the top three subcategories. And based on what? On the sales wise. Sales wise, which are the top three, I want to select that one and apply the filters. So these are the top three categories. Now if I select here top 5, apply the filter top 5. Point is clear? Now see here, I'm going to select the table. Here I'm going to select the table. Observe this one clearly. Table. In the table, I'm writing the state name. State. I'm considering the state along with the sales. What are the sales is there? I'm keeping the sales here. Now you are having the output like this. Done? Sum of the sales. Now my requirement is what? I want to show the top 10 states. Only top 10. Now how to set the top 10? Here California, New York, Texas, Washington, only these things. Selecting manually like this. You have to select the California, New York, Texas, all these things you have to select manually. Instead of doing like that, here I am going to select the top N. Top means top, bottom means bottom. Two options will be there. Top, how many states you want? 10 states. On based on what? Top 10 states, sales wise, profit wise, what? Sales wise. So bring the sales into here. Now top 10 sales wise and click on the apply filter. Now top 10 states are selected. Remaining states are not selected. Sir, I want only the top 10 states based on the profit wise. Select the profit and click on the filter. Now you'll get the top 10 states based on the profit wise. So profit wise, okay. Sales wise, see, I'm keeping here. Can you see the profit? I'll add the profit column also. Now, can you see the top sequential order of profit will be there? Can you see the sequential order of profit? Yes or no? Top 10 states in the this. Now, instead of this one, if I select sales wise top 10. Now, earlier California, New York, Washington, Michigan, Virginia, we are having like this, right? Now, see, it was changed. Texas has came into picture. Now, profit negative also is there. Sales wise only it is focusing. Now, here I want not sales wise, I want the profit wise. So, top 10 states profit, top or bottom. Top N means either it will give the top or it will give the bottom. Bottom 10, top 10. Not only 10, 5, 4, any number. Top and bottom. This is called as top N filtering. Top N filtering. Concept is clear? Next, this is top N and basic filtering as everyone knows. Directly we are going to select which are the categories we are interested. That categories only we are going to select. That is okay. Next we are having called as advanced filtering. Now what is meant by advanced filtering? Now here I want to go with the advanced filtering like this. Now again, before moving on to the advanced filtering, first let me remove in the top this one. Remove this. Okay. This entire filter let me remove. All the states are selected. Now here I am going to select the advanced filtering. Now in the advanced filtering, now what I am going to do is, so I want here contains, what are the value contains. Now here advanced filtering you are considering on the state wise, it is a categorical variable. So here you are going to get the related to categorical variables. Sum of the profit, sum of the sales. This one categorical variable or continuous variable? It is a continuous variable. For continuous variable, you are going to get the less than, greater than, equal to, like this. Comparison operators. So I am going to select the whichever the states are less than, okay, 1 lakh, or which of the states are more than, is greater than 1 lakh on what? Sales price. Okay. And I'm going to take the sales price, apply the filter. Can you see which are the states are greater than 1 lakh? Those are selected. Now tell me guys, without applying the filter, which are the states greater than 1 lakh? Which are the states are which are greater than 1 lakh? first five, that is California, New York, Texas, Washington, and Venezuela. So here we are having in terms of five. First five states are top, which are having the more than 1 lakh. So here I am selecting the says as more than 1 lakh. Apply the filter. Okay. So more than 1 lakh you want means you have to select greater than, then it will be selected greater than. Okay. Now, sir, I want the profits wherever the profit is greater than 0, or I want to see the all the negative states. I mean, wherever the loss, the states which are making the loss. What is meant by loss? Loss means profit is less than 0. So now here I'm going to click on the sum of the profit less than 0 and click on the apply filter. So these are the states which are making the loss making states. So here I'll keep the heading like this. How to add the heading means text box. I'll click on the text box. In the text box, I'll write here text. What are the text is there? I'll write the text. What is that text means? Loss making states. Okay, this is the heading, and I'm going to give the size something like this. This one, just I'll scroll upside. Okay, just a minute. When you don't want any particular one, just you have to create like this. And here I'm going to have the loss making states as the heading, and I'll keep all my data like this. So these are all the loss making states. Is the point is clear? Just I'll keep the heading like this, and these are the states which are we are having the loss, and remaining states are making the profit. So when we are going to create the dashboard now, then I will explain the how to keep the headings and how to keep these boxes and how to make the visualization and how to present, and which things you have to highlight, which things you should not highlight. Is the points are clear, guys? Tables, filters, and within the filters also condition based filtering, and within the condition based filtering, now when you are applying on the continuous variable, you will get the greater than symbol, less than symbol, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, see, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, exactly equal to, not equal to, this is equal to, this is not equal to. Point is clear? This is exactly equal to, this is not equal to. Okay, so all these things are applicable on the sum of the profit, which is continuous variable. So for continuous variable, we are going to apply the values greater than, less than, all these things. Can we apply on the state names? Can we apply greater than this one, less than this one? No. In the state name, what we'll have? In the advanced filtering, here we are having the contains or start with. So I'm going to start with which of the states start with the letter C. Only those things. So starting letter C, these are the countries. Sorry, not countries, states. Sorry, my mistake, states. So which are the states starting with the letter C? And starting doesn't start with the C. Other than letter C, remaining states. What are the remaining states you are having? Which starts with the letter? Okay. Which is starting with the letter C and which doesn't start with the letter C. Or I want to see the letter starting with the C and also and letter starts with the A. These are the two things. I want the two states which are C and A. So here I'm going to apply the filter. Apply the filter means it is not going only one, not even one value. Why? Because here either the particular state will start with the letter C or it will start with the letter A, or should be applied, not with the and. A single state cannot be used for both A and C, right? The first letter will be either C letter or A letter, cannot be both of them. Na? And is not possible, right? So in this case, I'm going to click on the OR, and once I click on the OR, I'm going to get all the states which are starting with the C and A. Is the point is clear? Everyone. Now, next question will be there. Sir, okay, this is fine. Now, my next question is this one, sir. What are your table is there? Copy and paste. Okay. So here, just remove this filter. Now I want to select A letter means automatically. B means B. B state should be visible. C means C state should be visible. D means D state should be visible. I want in that way. Now here, if I select the slicer, if I add the slicer, in the slicer, if I bring the state name in the slicer, I will see here A means I have to select the A letters. B means I have to select B. C means C. I don't want like that. I want in terms of A, B, C. If I select, click on the A means A has to be separated. B means B has to be separated. Now, any column name is there with the letter, a single letter. So here what I'm going to do, observe this clearly. Now here I'm going to click on the transform data. Transform data means I'm doing some kind of data cleaning or data wrangling. I may add the column, I may delete the column. So here I'm going to do the Power Query. Actually, this one is from tomorrow. Okay, but still I'm showing one of them. Here I'm going to click on the add column. What is add column is? It is going to create a new column. And that column has to be created by extracting the first character. From which one? First I'll select the state. Can you see here state? Okay, this is the state. First I'll select the state. In this state, select the first character. So in this state, what is the first character? K. In this state, what is the first character? K. What is the first character? C. Like that, I want to select the first character with the 1. First character 1. And click on the OK. Can you see? A new column has created. A new column was created or not? Yes or no? Now, click on the apply and close. Close and apply. Now, can you see here? A new column will be created. What is the new column? First character. Can you see column name? First characters. Now I'm going to select the slicer. In the slicer, I will bring the first character. Can you see? Now, here in the slicer, I'm going to select the A letter. Now, which are the A states are there? C letter. Okay, with the I letter, with the K letter. Done? So, here I'm going to select the based on the letters. So, here I'm going to select Okay. Now, so single letter based, we are going to separate the data like this. So with the A letter, what are the states are there? Now one of the student is asking again a question. Renuka, but single character, how we can identify which state it is belongs to? For every state, first character will be there, right? First character, I am extracting only the first character. Is the point is clear? Now question is, sir, how many count is there? Count. I mean with the A letter, how many states are there guys here? 3 states are there. That what, how you are doing that one? Manually you are doing. That one also it should be visible for me. For that what I have to do? Here I am going to create a card. In the card, I am going to keep the count. So for keeping the count, what I am going to do is I will create a new measure. What is that measure is called as total number of records. So I am going to create the count is the measure name, and where it is going to count, that is nothing but length function. Count of this and tick on the this. Just I am adding the count. Now what are the count is there? The count I am going to keep in the card. Now can you see here card? What is the total number of count means? 345 is the count. 345. Why it is showing the 345 means in this search 3 states 345 categories are included, but I don't want the categories now. What I have selected here in this let us edit. I'm going to create one more fresh measure and I'm going to click on the count. Okay, count of what I have to count? Count of what? State. So select the state, this one, count of state, and click OK. Now, so here, okay, state, I'm selecting the C, D, and this one. Now, sir, why it is showing the 345 or something? Now, just a minute. One or six records it is adding. A combination of these two is 106. So why it is showing 106 means the reason behind this is this one. Here the states, what are the states is there now? So can you see here the states in the basic filtering 96 and 10. Total 106 records are included. So that is the reason it is showing 106. And here it is showing the 106 like this. Now if I select the C, in the C, why it is showing 2265 means because here in the C 2001, 182, 82. Total if you add, you are having 2265. Number of records it is showing. Okay. Now I don't want the number of records. I want with respect to number of states. Like this, we have to select. For selecting this one, here I want to show the count of this one. Count of number of characters. So for showing the count of number of characters, okay, again it is showing the same. It is showing the count of everything. Just give me a minute. Instead of that, let me add in the card state. In the state, let me add here count. Okay. Now count of the state. Let us go with the A. 3, C 3, D 3. Okay. Now it is clear. Here just we have to set the count of the state. What are the count? Point is clear now. So this is character and this is the count of number of. So with the G, how many states are there? With the N, total how many states are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here with O, with P, with R, with S, and with T, U. Right? Now you'll get a doubt. Sir, with N, here how many states are there? Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. Why it is showing 8? That is that obviously you'll get a doubt, right? Basically here 8 are there. Sir, 6 only no, sir. Just this table scroll down. Now you see all the 8 states. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 states are there. Okay. And with M letter, how many states are there? With L letter, how many states? With K letter. That is the reason we have to add the visual border. So when we add the borders only, we'll understand this one and this one are separate or something. Otherwise, we'll not understand which one, where it is ended. A proper visualization has to be done means every time we have to add the visual border first. After that, remaining things. First one is visual border. And after the keeping the visual border properly, next plot has to be selected and that has to be kept side to that. So always add the first visual border. And followed by this one. Keep the visual border for this. Is the points are clear? Now, like this you are going to do. And in the tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss about the Power Query Editor. Tomorrow's is this one. So here I already told you within the Power BI desktop, this plane was completed. Means all the columns, how to set the columns, visuals and filters. 3 different planes. All these 3 different planes are completed. Now tomorrow we are going to start with the how to clean the data cleaning in the Power BI, that is Power Query. So here existing column cleaning is called as transform. Creating a new column is called as add column. And what are the data is there? Viewing the data and for each data how many missing values are there, complete details about that particular column you are going to get here like this. That is view. All these things we are going to cover in the tomorrow's class. Here what are the options are there? Multiple options we are going to use, and group by function also will be used here only, splitting the column into 2. For example, here CA hyphen 2016 hyphen this one is there. I want to divide this one into 3 parts, 3 columns. What is the first column name? Is CA. The first 2. CA indicates in terms of Canada. Okay. US indicates something. Okay. Followed by 2015, 2016, followed by hyphen. So hyphen to hyphen, I want to separate them. So I'm going to use the delimiter as hyphen. Wherever the hyphen is there, before to that 1 column, after that as 1 column. It will be splitted into parts like this. And once I click on this, so see here, total 3. One is CA 2016 and number. 3 parts are divided. Point is clear? So generally, any order number is there means some order number will have the starting characters indicate something. Starting characters indicates something. So how many of them are modeled from the Canada, CA or US like this? Like that, after separating again, we can check, we can do some more analysis. So we can split the data and we can combine the columns. and we can remove the columns, all these things. That is called as, simply to say, data manipulation, which we are going to do in the Power Query editor. Now, earlier you have worked on the tips data set. You have worked on loan data set. Now those are clean data. Now those clean data, whatever you are having, directly load them here and complete the whatever you have done on the Python, complete in the Power BI. So that you'll find the difference between the Python versus Power BI very easily on the same data set when you practice. And remaining things will continue in the tomorrow's class. Is the points are clear? Done. If you are having any questions, please ask. What are the questions you are having? Others, you can leave. Yeah, Power BI notes, I'm going to share you as this files. What are the Power BI files is that directly I'll share you the files itself directly. Okay, Gagan Soni. Fine. Bindu, sir, waterfall chart we have not discussed. Done. Bindu, we'll discuss that waterfall chart in the tomorrow's class. Just remind me in the tomorrow. First we'll start with that. Tree map and waterfall chart. These are the two things are missing, right? Tree map is also missing. Just check once and remaining what are the plots are missing. Just tell me. Tomorrow we'll discuss first that. Done. Thank you. Let's continue in the tomorrow's class.